That's not knowing.
Like if there's a map that says it's left, it visually shows me which way is left, and I can figure that out. But if somebody says turn left, I have to turn left.
Okay, so Riemann sum is a way to approximate area under the curve. Especially they give you table. Especially they give you like equation or graph. You can approximate by using Riemann sum. Now, we got a left Riemann sum, and you got a right Riemann sum, and you got a midpoint rule. Midpoint rule is a little bit different. So usually you start with left, right, and the midpoint. Midpoint has to be a regular interval. So this one has to be a regular interval. And we're going to talk about what's regular and irregular. And there is, last one is going to be what? What's the last one? Trapezoid. Trapezoid rule is going to be based on the area of the trapezoid. Yeah, so be base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2 times the height. Okay, so you got a regular interval versus irregular interval. This one you can have a midpoint. This one you cannot have a midpoint. Okay, so you got regular interval and regular interval. Sometimes, so this is usually the table. Usually the table. Sometimes the Riemann sum can be expressed as graph. So you're gonna look at a graph and build that thing, build whatever. And there's an equation. Equation is usually regular interval. So we can say break up a 4 rectangle, and you're gonna find out all the value. So let's start with one of them. So let's just say x and f of x. And on your test, I do not want you to evaluate. I want you to write out, because right now you're already smart enough to evaluate those numbers. I don't think you have problems. So I'm gonna say 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. This is regular intervals. And we can name that as 8, 5, 10, 11, and 9. Something like, actually it says 14, something like that. In this case, I could have asked you left Riemann sum with 4 subintervals, and this more likely is equal intervals. So you can say I can approximate this by integration from 1 to 9 of f of x dx is equal to 4 right triangles. So how do I do it the best? I feel like this is the easiest way to visualize, but you can do you. I don't know. Like, I think this is one easy way. So I'm gonna say this is 8, and at 3 it's gonna give you 5. So I write a number right next to the dot, and I can draw them when I want to. So 5 is gonna give you 10, and so 10, and 7 is gonna be 11. So this is 11, and this is gonna be 14. Okay, so if I draw left Riemann sum, it will be drawing. Then you have to give away 1 point. So that means that the rightmost point is gonna be ignored. So then, therefore, it's pretty much like this, like this, like this, and like this. Now, if you realize I did not use 14, because I'm based on left 4 points. Because usually it was 5 points. I'm going to base on the 4 left points. Is that okay? So I can look at this, I can see that, oh yeah, that's equal length, which is 2, 2, 2, 2, which is 2 times the height, with 2 times 8 in this case, plus 2 times 5, plus 2 times 10, plus 2 times 11. And that will be the answer. I don't need to evaluate at this point because I don't have time. Brandon, you got this before playing Clash Royale? Okay. 2. Write Riemann sum with 4 sub-interval. This is going to be the biggest part of the test. I think just Riemann sums. And I think that's the easiest part actually. So write Riemann sum is going to be, again, it's going to be 2 times 14 plus 2 times 11 plus 2 times 10 plus 2 times 5. Because I'm based on the right endpoint, which is the red part. So this is the red. So red is going to be looking like this. If I draw the same thing. Sorry, let me change this a little bit. Okay, so copy and I paste here. So one is use left Riemann sum. It's gonna be the blue one. Aiden, do you understand? It's just 2 times the height. So it'll be 2 times 8, 2 times 5, 2 times 10, 2 times 11. I don't use 14 because the 14 is not needed because I'm using left. Yes. Huh? The interval does not have to be the same. So later on, we're going to show you irregular intervals. So now if I were to use right Riemann sum, then it's going to be this way. Right Riemann sum is going to be this way. Do you see there's a difference? Does that make sense? So one of them is a little bit over, one is a little bit less. Yes. Huh?
Could you also write it like by factoring out 2 and then?
You can if it's a regular, but the problem is most of AP exam is not regular intervals. Unless it's a midpoint, it'll be regular interval. Okay, so what is the midpoint rule? Midpoint rule is gonna be occur as this. Midpoint is gonna base on how many sub-intervals. So how many sub-interval we say it's going to be? Actually, you can only do 2 because you cannot do 4. Because you don't have the value of 4. That means you need 8 values there. Yes. So you cannot have a 4, you have to have 2. So if I want a 2, then basically you want to think about is this should be a rectangle like this, but you cannot base on the endpoints. You have to use the middle of the 2 rectangles. So this is the first rectangle, this is the second rectangle, right? You want to use the middle of those 2 rectangles. So therefore, this particular way of drawing is going to be like this. If you understand drawing, you don't need to even know how to do the math, because basically it's going to be based on the middle of the 2 endpoints. Now this time width is different though. It has to be 2 because you cannot do 1. I mean, you can do 1, but you cannot do 4 because you only have 5 value there. So you only can do 2 middle one. Because if you have this, right? This is a point I'm using. I'm using the middle of the 2 values.
Okay, so you had 7. You do 3.
You do 3. Now, since in this case, the width is going to be 4 now, times the height. So that's why I write down the 5 there, so I can know what to multiply. And 4 times 11. And then again, if it's on your test, there is no point to evaluate because you can easily plug in the calculator to do it. You rather save some that time to for some other question that's hard. Now, what if I say 4 trapezoid? Now, you can do 2 trapezoid as well. 2 trapezoid, the height is going to be different than 4. In this case, 4 trapezoid, I'm going to draw it. If I draw a trapezoid, then it's going to be something like this. So that will be the trapezoid. Is that okay? So what's the area for the first trapezoid? Well, it's 8 plus 5 over 2 times 2. Is that okay? Because that is the average 2 base divided by 2. Because
if you look at a trapezoid, it's sideways.
yeah,
Bases would
the height is between the 2 parallel lines. It's not between the 2. It's not this. The height is not this part. The height is between 2 parallel lines. So you should take that trapezoid will have 90-degree rotations. And between the 2 parallel lines, the shortest distance between 2 parallel lines is your height. Am I going too fast? Ignacio, you understand? Aiden, you understand? So I'm gonna say add a second trapezoid. So a second trapezoid is a 5 plus 10 over 2 times 2 plus 10 plus 11 over 2 times 2 plus 11 plus 14 over 2 times 2.
the test if you're always getting colored how many you want.
Yeah, they will use 4 trapezoid. In majority case, yes. Sometimes you can inferring if you have 4 pieces of data, you want the most accurate, then you gotta do 3 trapezoid. Yes.
On the test, like you don't want to simplify it at all, so not even doing like 8 plus 1.
It's just like I would rather you focus on something else because it's FRQ. This is good enough. On my test, I used to care about if you know how to evaluate. But then right now, if you're in the BC, I know you know how to evaluate. If you're in AB, I'm gonna ask you to see if you can add and subtract. You'd be surprised. I have a student doesn't. I have a student right now. There's a picture of me. I take a picture of her work. It's 1/2 times 3, and she cannot do it.
1/2.
I can do it.
Huh? 1/2 times 3. And I don't know why they're in calculus class. And they don't want to drop out, even I failed them. So I don't know. I don't think like they should be in calculus. No offense to them, but they are a good kid. They are nice and kind, but it's just I don't know. They don't understand the capability. Every test is 0. I don't know why they don't drop the class. But I don't see like if you look at the work, then you say there's no way. But I mean, like even my last year, the worst student, you'll be like 50 times better than the worst student. In your class, nobody's bad.
Our class, yeah.
6th period, nobody's bad.
Yeah. Our
I don't think we have anybody fail in that class. Huh? Second period. Second period is. Second period a bit. Oh, second period. I have one.
What the heck? What about me?
All right, so this is a trapezoid. So this is a 4 trapezoid, but can I do 2 trapezoid? Yes, because I can change that width to 2. Actually, there's a short way to do this, but we don't worry about it. The short way is just actually factor out. It's 1/4 times. It's like 8 plus 5 times 2 plus 10 times 2 times plus 11 times 2 plus 14. And that's actually the shorter way if you factor out 4 over 2. But doesn't really matter. As long as you get here, I'm okay. All right. Now you got irregular interval as well. So irregular interval, then there's no midpoint. Because you cannot find the midpoint between two intervals if they're irregular. So what I mean by irregular, it will be something like x and f of x 1, 5, 7, 11, and 16, like that. So let's say 5, 8, and 12, and 7, and 1. Okay, let's do 1. All right, so in this case, I can do 4 right end and a 4 left end and a 4 trapezoid. So I can do 4 right, left, and trapezoid. Can you write it out? It's pretty easy, but just have to pay attention interval. A lot of time people use the x value for the height. You have to use the y value for the height. Or for, yeah, height of rectangle. Yeah, 4 left and 4 right. So 4 left and a 4 right and a 4 trapezoid. You do not need to evaluate, so it makes it a lot easier because I just want to move on to. I want to teach BC, yeah, because most of it, because the problem is like most of you guys just start talking over me when I'm teaching, so I feel like. This class is not as bad actually. The class is the juniors. You guys are pretty good. Krishan is the loudest one.
All by himself.
Oh, he's junior?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was just like, check out the only like.
We accept you, Josh.
Ignacio, you play ping pong?
I did yesterday.
Yeah, there's like a solid 2 weeks where he was by himself. You know what? More graduation.
No. What?
One-on-one ping pong. Ignacio versus Mr. Yang.
Sure.
By the end of the year. I would come back and win. Jenny wouldn't even be allowed on camera. I can't tell a difference. I'll become sophomore. What happened?
You're like you can get away with a freshman.
What did you say, Mr. Yang?
You can get away with a freshman. No?
Yeah, I think that's too full of that.
You talk to Brett. Yeah, you talk to Brett.
Misha.
What's up, Brett?
Okay, guys.
You guys finished or no? Hurry up.
No, we need to talk.
You knew what I was gonna say, so I don't know.
I did not know that you were.
I don't want to.
I can see your
You're not. What did I write there? You're not. Maybe. No.
Well, that'll be 4-1, right?
Okay, left. Left is gonna be 5, 8, 12, and 7. That's the height I'm gonna using. Each with 4. This difference is 4. The difference is 2. The difference is a 4, and the difference is a 5. And you should add this all together. Is that okay? Aiden, this is okay? Okay, for right is gonna be 1, 7, 12, and 8. But each one is, I'm gonna start with this one. That's gonna be 5. And that's gonna be 4. It's gonna be 2. And that's gonna be 4. And this is just right. Trapezoid is what? Trapezoid is a 5 plus 8 divided by 2 times 4 plus 8 plus 12 divided by 2 times 2 plus 12 plus 7 divided by 2 times 4 and add it to yeah.
Yeah, because she thinks that it might be 3 and
That's a problem.
What about midpoint?
Sure. Huh? There is no midpoint in the irregular intervals? Yes, I've been trying to say that, if you're paying attention. Bennett.
Get everything else right.
I swear, white people. Alright. Now, sometimes I will give you like this. You had to build a table. If I give you an equation, you had to build a table. For example, the equation is going to be like, say, 4 to the x plus 3. And then between 0 to 2. And I can say, hey, can I, you had to build with a 4 right equal sub-intervals. Sub-interval. And I can do 4 left. I can do 2 midpoints. I can do 2 trapezoid. Okay, so now you have to build a table. If you build a table, you know what to do. And yeah, that's today's lesson. The homework's already posted. Those two worksheets. You remember, you don't have to evaluate. You just have to work it out. It just have to make sure you know how to do them. So you save time. Just write it out. Check tomorrow, see if the things match, and you can start with homework.
Would we let up calculator on this?
You don't need a calculator.
Well, for something like this.
You do need but you need to know what's 4 to the 1/2 power, 4 to the 1 power. The only one is 4 to the 3/2 power, which is you know what to do.
Wait, you gotta. The right move's happening.
I'm not so wrong.
So what's the difference between a brick and a burger? They're the same thing?
Burger?
Brick and burger. Which one do you prefer? You prefer being burger or you prefer being brick?
4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
I'd rather be a burger.
I'd rather be a brick.
No, burger is so much work. The burger being, not only are you done with that.
Eli.
Dumb and bad?
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
stealing all my leave.
Where did that term come from? I never heard that term last year.
What?
Huh? Burger.
Is that actually your
Yeah, I heard brick before.
Is that actually your Stanley?
Plus the zero to your
Yeah, I look like a white.
Oh my gosh.
You don't know what a burger is?
Zero?
Where'd it come from?
Zero?
Burgers come from Hamburg, Germany.
Yeah, but no. Like, why do they call people burger?
Oh,
Like, where's that come from?
Last
burger from that show.
in Pakistan, if you call somebody a burger, that's what they're whitewashed.
A burger, whitewash?
Well, that's what it means in Pakistan. I don't know about here, but in Pakistan, if you call somebody that.
You know, Chinese people, if you are whitewash, they call you banana. Right, Jenny?
I never heard that
You
before.
never heard banana before?
Or like a jumper, but a jumper is if you're like jump or stupid. You call them a jumper.
Supper?
Yeah.
No.
We know. It's the one. Oh, what right.
I don't think anybody there.
You heard that.
Yeah, I heard that, but I don't think anybody. Huh?
I think we just got taken off ditch.
What does that mean?
You don't see your door, they run away.
Oh. Well, it's better than Katie and bunch of group of students come sing Christmas Carol at my house.
Fire. I might do that this year.
Katie, who else? Katie and Tyler. They knock on my door and start singing Christmas Carol. Huh? I should have shut them up. I was like, I didn't know to tip them or not to tip them. Are you supposed to tip the people who sing Christmas Carol? Does that ever happen to you guys? No?
Yeah,
Well, Brendan and Joshua solicited me at a Hurricane Day. Huh? Oh, she talked about my. Wait, are you living not too far from my house?
on that one balcony.
Huh?
That one big old wall. You come out your neighborhood, you see this big wall.
You live right between there? I always want to drive in there. It's like third row. Wait, is that house inside? It's so weird. That's not a community, right? Yeah, it's like between two communities. There was a house in there. I never seen anybody drive inside.
This road outside your neighborhood? Yeah. Be here both days. I'm going on my first ever cruise. So I won't be here Friday or Monday. So when should I take the test?
Go with your family.
Huh? Yeah, my entire family.
So,
Roll Caribbean.
oh.
Have you ever been on? You don't like it? I'm not my first time going. I'm excited.
You're gonna get seasick. You better eat.
I've been berries.
You better bring medicine.
Sorry?
You better bring medicine.
I hope my mom doesn't get seasick.
Drowsy medicines.
Bro, my brother used to get airsick when he was on a plane. He used to throw up.
Ooh, what a weakling.
I know, right? But
What a
it's okay.
weakling.
He's grown out of it. But yeah, so when should I take the test then?
When you come back,
When I come back on Tuesday?
yeah,
Okay, that's fine.
don't forget.
I'll try not to. Bye, Mr. A.
Bye. Have a good day.
You too.
Alright.
So. I heard you're Asian. Or Asian.
Asian.
Asian. Your dad Chinese?
No, my mom.
Oh, really?
My dad's white.
Which part of Asian is it?
Chinese. Yeah.
Have you been to China?
But I'm originally from Hawaii. So is my mom. Moved here 2 years ago, but my entire mom's side of the family is like Chinese. And I think like grandparents, parents were from China. But otherwise, the rest were a lot of.
Oh, yeah. And
Why is it your house? Getting 670. I got 41. Not all off. That is not good. 41. What is 42? No, 41 fire. I don't know. Oh, you can't even be this man. I'm I can't even imagine.
I'll have to help.
Do the thing everybody.
I guess you want to do
How much is that? How much was this about wrong?
I thought we almost had 30 seconds. I bet I could be. I bet I could be fencing.
Wait, there's no way you can just like make it go still.
I just saw my nose flash through my eye. I thought I was gonna get hit in the nose and bleed out.
Alright, let's see that one more.
I did it. I did my
Yeah.
It was.
Alright, game over now.
No, you didn't compete him in a fencing contest.
Definitely. Definitely.
He looks like an ant. Holy crap.
I got
Yeah, that's not. In 3 hours, you're gonna be.
I was just going by what I saw.
Not all Asian people are ninjas. Look, 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 look.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna
Into my ass. You didn't even take a fucking picture. You know, a real ninja.
questions?
I did 4. 1, 2, 4, 3. Well, you see, I won. All this competition.
Yeah, wonder who's here.
Like, yeah. One thing I did is I took like 3 pages.
All right, hey, homework now. Come on, look at it. We got a lot of shit.
I still screwed it up.
You didn't work.
I'll send you mini graphs for these.
That one was like a part.
All right. Get your homework out, and I will tell you that if you guys check with each other answer, should be the answers there. But if not, then I'll give you the answer that you know what it's supposed to be. We are gonna speed up a lot faster now. Now the foundation is built correctly. So we are gonna cover a lot more topic in a day. So you gotta pay attention. So question. We're gonna start with 3.1.
Leave me alone, Caleb. It's a clock.
This is progress.
Hey, look.
It's not progress. Went from 27 to 17.
No. But here's the thing. I now know how to divide. Therefore, if I know how to do the homework, that means I'll be able to know how to do the tests. When you go on the study guide, I'll make sure I know how to do it. Boom, 100%.
Okay. What will you say, bro?
Alright, bro.
All right, bro.
Meet me in the court, bro.
All right. Shh.
I'd say basketball, but I like my notes.
Question 1 is x plus 3. Question 2 is x squared plus 3x plus 1. Question 5 is 2x squared plus 3x plus 5. Question 7 is 4x plus 3 plus 2 over 3x minus 2. Question 9 is 2x squared plus x plus 6 minus 38 over x plus 3. 11 is 4x cubed plus 16x squared plus 60x plus 246 plus 984 over x minus 4. And question 13 is 2x plus 5. Question 15 is 6x squared plus 3x minus 1 minus 3x minus 1 over 3x squared plus 1. Let me know any questions so far.
Yesterday.
Huh?
Yesterday when we went over like the last one we did. Why the hell did we add this plus 0?
Oh, because there was a constant usually happen at end of polynomial. If it doesn't have a number there, you want to do a plus 0 to hold that in place. It's like saying 100, right? Why do I need those 2 zeros? I could have just say 1. Is it no air condition?
It's worse because it's 5. Well, oh, there is that. It should be like X and then big numbers.
Number 19. It should be limit x approaching to negative infinity is equal to negative infinity of f of x equal to negative infinity. You have to write down limits as limit x approaching infinity of f of x is equal to positive infinity. Number 20 is exactly the same, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Question 21. Limit x approach to negative infinity of f of x equal to positive infinity. Limit x approach to positive infinity f of x equal to positive infinity. 22 are exactly the same. 23, they both result with negative infinity as well as 24. So you have to write down limits on your test. You cannot just say it's x approaching. In algebra 2, you says x approaching, but now it's limit x approaching something of f of x equal to something. So you want to make sure you write out correctly. Is that okay? All right. What we're going to do is synthetic division. And we're going to talk about how to factor something. Isla, don't fall asleep. Gia, Devin. I don't know. My voice is like very.
It's very boring.
Thank you.